But yeah, so school, is that what you had asked me?
No, I asked you about your dom business.
Oh, my dom business. Oh, did you see my story? The screenshot I posted yesterday?
Girl, you be posting so many stories.
I know.
I can't catch them all. I was listening to one of your stories sometime within the last week about a guy that had messaged you and you gave him a price, but it was like a to be continued thing.
Oh, okay. So that, all right. So I was on Night Flirt, and Night Flirt is like a phone, phone sex operation, and I had did a bid to make my profile pop up on like the first page or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he favorited me. He messaged me, and he was talking about like, oh, do you do Skype? And I'm like, yeah. So I moved him over to Skype. But then he was like, oh, I was thinking like $50 for 20 minutes. Oh, sir, $50 is my tribute. Like, because I told him, I was like, it's going to be $300 for 30 minutes. He's like, oh, I was expecting it to be cheap. Well, take it somewhere else.
Yeah.
But then later that night, I had did my first call. And girl, it was so awkward. Like, so the guy had messaged me. They have a text option. So he messaged me a picture of him bowing down. And he's like, can I beg to worship your ass or something weird. Everything's always weird. And I was like, you're going to have to beg harder than that. So we kept going back and forth. And he's like, do I have permission to call you, goddess? And I'm like, all right. So I'm trying to prep myself up because I've never actually taken the phone call. So I'm like, yeah, permission granted. He calls me and he starts I think I said hello first. And then he starts talking. And I could tell like his voice was kind of exacerbated. I think that's the word. And I was like, he is jerking off. But he's just like, your ass is just so beautiful and plump, goddess. What else did he say? He was like, I would literally like lick your asshole. And I was just so stuck. Like, I was trying to feed into it, but then it got like awkward. And so then I had said, because I don't have any pictures on Night Flirt of my butt. So I was like, he must have came from Twitter. So I asked him like, oh, are you following me on Twitter? And he was like, yeah. And then for whatever reason, I asked him what his Twitter name was. And I guess he got freaked out and then he hung up. But he called my financial domination hotline. So the way Night Flirt works is like you make listings and then you can say how much per minute. And my financial domination is the most expensive one. So it's $5 per minute. And we were actually only talking for like maybe 2.5, 3 minutes. But they said it was 4 minutes. And so I think that they start charging them from the time that they call. So that has been eventful. Then the most recent thing, yesterday, I was minding my business. I had my phone on Do Not Disturb all day. And I was just kind of like looking at some of the notifications I got. And the only thing I saw, it started off as, I tried to have sex yesterday, but all I thought about was your feet. And I said, I'm going to just put my phone down because I don't know where this is going. So then when I got home, I opened it and he said, I tried to have sex yesterday, but all I thought about was your feet. I fight my sub size so hard because people expect me to be so dominant because I'm an attractive, tall, young black man who gets attractive women. If I was old and ugly, it would be so easy because it's what's expected of me. But, in all caps, I need your feet, your voice, everything. I need to please you. I've been fighting so hard for so long. Then like the crying emoji. I had a really pretty girl in my bed and was thinking of you. First of all, before I read my response, whenever he messaged me, he's a retweet sub. So he randomly messaged me back in October a picture of himself and was like, can I beg to be your retweet sub? So I sent him the gif of SpongeBob with the like long nose, like, and I was like, can I beg to be your retweet sub? And I said, let me see you beg then. Then he didn't beg, but then he sends me another picture of himself, and it's like retweet sent, mommy. So I just said good boy and
What
left
does
it
that
alone.
mean? I'm sorry, I'm not on Twitter.
The retweet sent.
Yeah, like what? First of all, what is a retweet sub? What is retweet send?
Okay. Well, retweet sent just means he retweeted my stuff. A retweet sub is just like a submissive like person. And they're literally just like, so a sub is serving a dom. So
Yes, I know
you're
that.
serving me by retweeting. That makes you the retweet sub. And honestly, in my opinion, like retweet subs are useful, but I also kind of feel like it's an easy cop out. Like you broke and just trying to get free content and like talk to people. So
Yeah.
the subs I have experienced that are retweet subs are like that. So yeah, he was just like, oh, I retweeted your stuff. So I just said good boy. And then I'm in an engagement group with some other doms, which actually I got thrown into that group by accident. Some sub had messaged me and had said something about a group and asked if I was interested in being in it. And I was a little bit hesitant because I had been in one group before. We call them engagement groups, and it's just like doms, and this one is doms and subs, and you're just like dropping your post in there for each other to engage with for more visibility. So I had joined one early on, and it was so much. It was like, I want to say it was like 20 or 30 DOMs in there. And then I think we were allowed unlimited drops. So we could just drop whatever tweets we wanted in there. And you had to catch up with all the drops before you could drop your own stuff.
Oh, wow.
So it was literally, if you left the group chat for like 20 minutes, you're already, so I came back once and it was 60 things I was supposed to retweet. Which on top of that, isn't that great because when you start mass liking and mass retweeting, you look like a spam bot.
Right,
so then they
yeah.
put you in like Twitter timeout. And yeah, so I think I lasted in that group for like a couple of days and I said, nah, I'm out. So then this retweet sub had messaged me and had said, are you interested in being in it? And I was like, I don't know, I gotta think about it. Like, what are the requirements? And then the next thing I know, I was in a group. And I've been in that group since probably, I want to say probably like September. And then I ended up becoming an admin of the group because this one is DOMs and subs, and the setup that we have is, or supposed to have, is that each DOM or each sub gets assigned like 2 or 3 DOMs, and they have to turn our Twitter notifications on, and they drop our post in the group for us. And then when we come in, and we'll interact with them and just say like we caught up or whatever. So it makes it much easier. Then we started trying to give tasks to the subs, but we had a big problem because it was a couple of subs who they were upset that they weren't getting recognition, and it's like you're literally doing the bare minimum. There are subs that are paying, there are subs that are sessioning. Like, we're just asking you to drop some tweets. You don't you don't get reward for doing the basic, like your basic job. And then it was also, this one is centered around black doms because, you okay, girl?
That's why I took that toy away from her.
I don't know if this is. Sorry. Y'all, it's a dog. It's 2 dogs. What was I talking about? Yeah. So what was I talking about?
I don't know.
The engagement group. The engagement group. Yeah. So it's centered around black dom. So then you have that issue too of like, you know, the white men are, oh my god, I want to praise white the black girls, black women are superior, and we bow down at your feet and da da da. But then when you go to their page, you see like 2 or 3 retweets of black doms, and everything else is just white. So it's like you're really just trying to be in here just to say that you're serving, but you're not really living up to what you say. So there was just a lot. And then when they felt like they weren't getting attention, they would start slacking. And they would be really stupid. And now I'm seeing that, like, it was probably purposeful, because some of them like to be yelled at and punished and talked down to. So sometimes they'll purposely not do their job to get that. So we ended up kicking out all of the subs except for one. And towards the end of the year, life just got hectic for everybody, so we hadn't really been keeping up what was going on with the group. And then I realized that the sub who we kept in the group that was usually on top of stuff, like, he wasn't doing anything. So then I realized that one of the doms that we had kicked out of the group, because we also had doms in the group that would you can hear her sniffing like one of the doms that we had in the group, we ended up kicking out because she would never engage with anybody else. She would just let her stuff drop and let us engage with it. She poached him, and that sub is now owned by her, and he's like off doing whatever else. And I'm like, okay, great. So we put another sub in there, and he's been doing good, but that group has just kind of been inactive. So I brought all of that up because homeboy that messaged me, when we were trying to get more subs, I DM'd him. This is back in October, and I asked him if he'd be interested in joining the group. He didn't respond till January and told me to add him on Snap. And I was like, boy, I'm not on Snap. So then he asked me, could he retweet? And I said, permission granted. I really hate when people ask me to retweet. Just fucking retweet.
Yeah.
Like, so then he said retweet sent, sends me another picture of himself. Then left it alone. This was probably...
Wait, is he how he described himself? Like, is
girl,
he
no. You know I'm getting to that.
Okay.
I feel like the only thing that's accurate in here is that he's black and young. You are not cute and you don't look tall. Like, so he sends me another picture of him. Then, that was probably like 2 weeks ago. He sends me this message last night. I responded, and I was like, first of all, I did not ask you for any of that, nor did you ask for my permission to express your fantasies. Am I supposed to be impressed or flattered? I'm not. Don't let it happen again. Secondly, obviously, it's in your nature to serve at my feet, so stop fighting your purpose to serve mommy and submit. Be my good little foot boy. For consideration, you will need to submit an application. Otherwise, keep retweeting and keep your mouth shut. So he responded, understood, and then he retweeted it, and I was like, good boy. He sends me another picture of himself and then goes, thank you, mommy. So, those are the pictures of him. I'm like, you're not cute, sir.
I'm sorry. Who told him he was cute? Okay, you graduated.
Right. Like, what? And then the last picture really killed me. Like, the snap filter, the peace sign.
Oh my gosh. Wait. Okay, I know it's not him.
He looks like somebody.
Actually, I don't know if it's not him. I don't know.
Ooh, awkward.
But he does look like somebody. Not that I know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say the name because he's kind of popular in Baltimore.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you later, though.
All right. But yeah, so, I mean, it's going well. I do have a sub that has expressed that he wants to be owned, and we've kind of been going sort of back and forth since August. He found me on FetLife. We exchanged a couple of emails, then he went ghost, and then in December, he randomly emailed me this long email explaining why he went ghost and how he's so ready to serve and blah, 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 blah. So we started going back and forth, and then we were supposed to have a virtual session in a couple of weeks ago, actually, but he lives with his parents, and he was saying that his background is Ethiopian, and they're like really conservative and strict, and he's interested in sissification and other stuff, because I was asking him sissification, feminization, just like, I don't want to say cross-dressing because that's technically different, but just becoming more in touch with your feminine side.
Okay.
So I had asked I had asked him if he would be able to go to the thrift store and get like a crop top or something so that he could wear it in session, and he's like, no, I'm not gonna be able to do that in time. And I was like, okay, it's fine.
You better cut a top, boy.
Right. And then I didn't even think about that homemade crop top. And then when we were leading up to the session, he messaged me, and he was like, he is skeptical because he lives with his parents, and like it could get crazy if he's getting packages sent to his house and they walk in on him. And I'm like, all right, well, you gotta figure out what you actually want to do, because that's really not my problem. But I've never gotten like any bad vibes or anything from him, and I'm actually very interested in exploring the dynamic. And honestly, I really just want to put him in a dress and make him clean up my house. Like that, when I'm in my house cleaning, I'm like, this is the perfect task for him. So
put him in like a maid outfit.
So we're actually supposed to meet in person in a couple of weeks. I have to figure out where I want to meet him, if we're actually going to go to like a restaurant, or if I'll do something like a Starbucks or something. But he's also deaf, so that's the exciting part. I'm making him teach me ASL.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. That is Dom life. Crazy per usual.
Yeah. I learned so much every time you talk to me about it.
Oh, thank you. I like being a teacher in that sort. And then I'm really excited. So class tonight, one of the classes I'm taking is process. And I read an article for class, and it was talking about the therapeutic presence. So that's been what's really on my mind right now. And I've been trying to figure out how to make all of this stuff connect with each other. And because art therapy is still a new field, everybody knows everybody. And the art therapist that is the lead art therapist at my internship site is teaching a course. But she also went to my school, and she was like, I think the first graduating class. So she had kind of told me about the project. So I understand that there's a artwork. Well, she said there was a painting that they started, and then basically in class every week we work over the artwork, and we just keep working and working and working. And then when I read the syllabus, there was something that said that it had to be 3D. So I got the idea to do a full body cast out of tape or ceramic, or not ceramic, tape or saran wrap. And I wanted to do like shibari rope ties and keep adding that way, but I think I read it wrong. There's two separate things that we're doing.
Oh, okay.
And she, because when I had said it to her, because I was like, the description of the project versus the like the actual like outline of it sounded different, but the same in a way. And so I went to ask her just to make sure I was on the right track. She was like, well, again, I was taking this class.
Stop.
I was taking this class back in this is her words, that she took the class back in 2020, so things could have changed. But I really hope that I can go, because I got the idea, now I'm fixated on it. I really hope I can do the mummification, because then it's like that part where it crosses over mummification, fetish, or even sensory deprivation, and then role play. But then I'm also doing that for school. And then I was like, ooh, as I'm like wrapping my foot, I could do a close-up video, and then that's fetish content. My foot is saran wrap, like, and it's crazy because that's just where my head goes all the time now. I'm like, oh, there's a fetish for that. Oh,
yeah, I mean, if you can make money off of it, go ahead. That's so funny. I was just talking to somebody about fetishes over the weekend. When my friend's boyfriend is like trying to find somebody for me. He doesn't understand why I'm single, and then I told him I have a bunny and and 2 dogs.
Yeah.
And he was like, what the hell is going on? I was like, it's the dating pool. But anyway, we were talking about fetishes a little bit, because he asked me if I had any fetishes, or like how I feel about men with fetishes, which it's not for me.
Okay.
It's just not for me. I love learning about it. I think that's fun.
Yeah.
But I couldn't have it in my sex life. But I can't remember if we talked about this. One of my exes liked body hair.
No.
Yeah. So he liked body hair, and I didn't find out until after we broke up, and you know.
Yeah.
So he was like over, and I didn't want to do anything because I hadn't shaved.
Yeah.
And he was like trying to take my shirt off, and I was like, no, like I haven't shaved my armpits. And he was like, I have a confession.
Oh, Lord.
And he tells me that he loves body hair on females, and so he wanted to see my armpit hair. And I was like, okay. And literally like stuck his face in my armpit hair.
Oh, wow.
While we had sex that night.
Wait, was this or the one you told me about when we went hiking?
Not the one that I told you about when we went hiking. I don't know. I don't know what them letters were. No.
Oh, okay.
His name was Chris. That's a
okay.
very,
Yeah. Okay.
I don't care. It's a very common name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he had a fetish for
wow. Okay. Speaking, I don't think while I was with anybody they expressed any fetishes. One of my partners mentioned he was a foot guy, but like he doesn't do anything crazy. Just like when we have sex, like my leg will be up and he'll like kiss my leg. So I'll put my feet near his face when we have sex, but nothing crazy. The hair fetish thing.
Girl, he had an Instagram album, or not like a saved album of girls with with armpit hair, and he doesn't like I hadn't shaved for like a week, so it wasn't crazy. He liked the girls who like when their arms are down, the hair peeks out.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
See, okay, every once in a while I get attached to my body hair, and I be like, nope, I'm not shaving it. I've never let my pits get that crazy. It's usually my kitty cat that I'm like, fuck it, like Forrest, what's up? I don't care for leg hair, but it was one period where my armpit hair was just, I don't think I shaved for like 2 months, but my hair wasn't growing, but at that point it was like a little thicker than normal, and I was petting it. I was like,
that is funny. I feel like I just sweat too much, so I don't want the hair under my armpit or on my hoo-ha.
Yeah. I saw I was on Seeking Arrangements, and I came across this dude's profile. And it was on his headline, like, yeah, I'm a hair guy. I want all that shit. And I was like, oh, okay.
There's a fetish for everybody.
I have a thing. I wouldn't say it's a fetish, but when I'm cuddling, I like to like snuggle up under armpits.
Okay. I'm not a hair person at all. Like, if I'm dating somebody with chest hair, we gotta wax that.
Really?
Yeah.
I like a little chest hair. I haven't had anything crazy, but
I don't mind men having armpit hair, but I also like you know some women, if their man shaves their armpits, they're like, ooh, like do he swing the other way? No, I'm like, thank you. And a man that manscapes down there, I don't know, I just think it looks so much better.
I actually don't like manscaping. I don't.
I can see why women don't like it. I can really see why.
I don't know, because when I'm just face deep, like my forehead on your skin doesn't feel good. Like I want the hair to massage my eyebrows. So I'm not a fan.
What about like you put balls in your mouth, right?
Oh, absolutely.
You put hairy balls in your mouth?
Oh no.
Oh,
the balls are fine, but like I want some pubic hair. Like the pelvic bone should be covered. The pubic hair, and it doesn't bother me. Like I'm not like, oh my god, you didn't. But you know, I notice. I'll be like, oh, okay, that's a little ball down here. Right. But I had this one dude that I was fucking with for a while, and he wasn't really eating, and I was like, is it because I'm deciding to grow out my hair? So I finally asked him one day, like, yo, like, why you don't be eating me out? Is it the hair? He's like, nah, like, I just, we be fucking around with the toys, and I just feel like between the toys and my fingers, it's too much. I don't want to TKO you. And I said, that's right. I fuck with that. So then the next time we had sex, he ate me out. And I was like, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, I'm so excited to see my cohort members tonight.
Yeah.
I love them so much. They're literally my people. I'm so glad. I decided to take a break this mini semester because I did my first course was last year in July, and then I did this semester. I was technically full-time, but because I took ethics during the summer, everybody else in my cohort was taking ethics during the semester, and there were no other courses for me to take, so I was technically on a part-time schedule. Then I was supposed to take, I think, was it human development this semester? The mini-semester, I think. But we only got like a 2-week break, and I said my brain hurts all the time. This is way too much. I can't. And then I made the decision to go part-time. So I'm only going to class on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and I'm on a 3-year track now.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm really glad because my cohort members were talking. They literally just ended the mini semester class, I think, like last Thursday. So they got the weekend, and now we're back in like and I was like, oh no. And I'm hearing them talk about like, oh, you know, a lot of them are saying, oh, I wish I could go part-time. And I'm like, what's stopping you from going part-time? Because me and then it's funny because I love her. We have the same initials, and like when during orientation I walked in and I was like, she looks like a cool girl. I want to know her. And she said she had the same vibe, and I was like, okay. But she ended up going part-time too, and I think that we're the only two from the cohort decided to do that. But they're my girlies and my lays.
That's good. I didn't like people that I went to grad school with.
Really?
Well, I liked people in my social work program. I mean, not that I didn't like people in my business program. I just didn't.
How many degrees do you have now?
I have my bachelor's and 2 masters.
Okay. Are you planning on getting any more?
Not planning on it. Who knows, girl? I have not hit midlife yet.
Okay.
A crisis might be on the horizon.
You haven't done Kilimanjaro yet, have you?
No, that's in March.
Ooh, how's the training going for that?
It's fine. It's fine. I mean, because I run so much already, it didn't really change too much because it's just like building endurance. Yeah. I do the stair stepper more than I've ever done before.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I think I've done the stair stepper all of like maybe 3 times in my life. That thing is so like intense.
It's so hard.
Hey, hi, sweet girl. What are you pressing buttons? Hi, sweet girl. You're so sweet.
She's gotta go take a nap now that I took the toys away.
Hi. Hello. I have that effect on dogs. What's her name?
Canella.
Oh. You had to think about it. I was like, who is this? Hi, sweetie. Hi, you're so sweet. You're so sweet. Hey. I can't wait to get a doggy. I was just on I was on Skype this morning with one of the girls that I'm in the engagement group with. She was the original admin. That's how I ended up becoming an admin, because when I get irritated with stupidity, I no longer care how I talk to people, because, like, you're stupid, so you don't deserve to be talked to like a regular person. So the subs were just being so stupid that every now and then I would just curse them out. And she DM'd me. She was like, yo, I love the way you cursing these bitches out. You want to be an admin? And I'm like, what does it entail? She's like, oh, you know, like this and that. And I was like, I guess I could do it. And so she made me admin, and then eventually down the line, we ended up making this other Dama admin. So then we're trying to, the end of the year was just kind of rough for all of us. So we're trying to figure out a game plan moving forward. So I had a Skype session with one of them earlier today talking about, we want to keep this engagement group, but we got to figure out what would be a better system. and then she was saying the other engagement groups, and I was like, I'm really only in 2 right now, and they both have really lax rules. Like, I need something I can actually keep up with, because to be honest, I don't be understanding it, and I also don't have time for drama. Like, I don't know why people always want to bring drama into stuff. Like, literally mind your business. But I bring that up because when we were planning to do the Skype meeting, she was like, oh, I gotta walk my dog Waffle. And Waffle's like supposedly a Yorkie Chihuahua mix. He's so cute. And he would not get his butt out her face. And so she was like, Waffle, like, what are you doing? And I said, well, to be fair, you are the booty fetish queen. So it makes sense you have a booty fetish dog. And she was like, you're right. And then he farted. It was crazy. Hi, sweetie. Hi, sweetie. You want to stiff me? I'll let you stiff me before I pet you. Y'all, welcome back to another episode of Two Scrippers, One Pole. The mic is being investigated by some pups. Some good puppies. And for those of you who are new and don't recognize his voice, we're back with Diamond from episode 5, Dark Solitude.
Hello.
Hi, sweet thing. Hi. Are you protecting the mic? Yes. Yes, you are. Her coat is so soft.
I know. She's like the perfect dog, aren't you? Okay, Mama. Go sit in front of the heat.
Anytime you need a watcher, I'll watch her.
Okay.
And I'm generally in this side on. I'll move it a little bit. I'm generally on this side Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So like, if you're busy on those days and need somebody to stop by.
Thank you.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm like, whenever I get my house, I want a Rottweiler.
I do too. I love them.
Mm-hmm. I always wanted a small dog, but when I was with he was obsessed with Rottweilers, and it was actually when we first got together. I should have so many red flags that I just ignored.
Girl, hindsight is 2020. Okay.
But
fault yourself for that.
Almost immediately, because the other thing too was when we first started dating, we had got COVID together, so we were like cohabitating for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
The first month of our relationship, and it just like fell in like COVID love together.
Yeah.
But he had been talking about how he had a dog. He had a Rottweiler and had given it away because his child's mother, once they had the baby. Yeah, once they had the baby, she no longer wanted the dog in the house with the kid.
Yeah.
So he gave the dog away. And then when we started dating, he kept talking about how he wanted a dog. He wanted a Rottweiler. He bought a dog from the same breeder. And then, unfortunately, she passed away because she didn't like being in a crate. And she managed to like push on the crate so much that one of the things opened. I think it was the top one open. So she tried to climb out of it and got stuck. And she was there for hours.
Oh.
So I think I had got to the house and I heard the whimpering, and then I like saw like a chair knocked over, and then I saw her just like hanging out of the thing. And so she ended up, very traumatizing. She ended up shattering her spine. So we took her to the vet, and it was like all of it trigger, but it was all really traumatizing because we didn't really know what to do. So we had taken her to the local vet, and we told them that we had saw her stuck in a fence as we were driving past, and so like we could see that she wasn't moving, so we managed to like put her on a pillow and like take her. And they were asking us questions like, where did you find her? And I just let Rob was like, this your dog, you handle that. You came up with this.
Why did he say the truth?
I don't know. I think I think he didn't say the truth because I don't think he had pet insurance and he wasn't trying to like pay, and they weren't really they wouldn't just let you leave the dog there. Like if it was your dog, you were gonna have to do all the whatevers. So yeah, they had like taken her, and then the head vet came out and was asking us questions, and she was like, well, thank you for bringing the dog. We don't normally tell people like what's going on with it once they drop off, but this happened to her. And so that's why she started asking me. It was like, you found her in a fence? Like, she was in really bad shape. But yeah, so they had to put her down, and I was like, well, at least like she went peacefully. And then I told him beforehand, especially after that, he was just like, I want a dog, I want a dog, I want a dog. And I was like, you work too long of hours to be able to take care of a dog. And he just would not let it go. And I'm like, if you're really going to get a dog, you need to get one that's already trained and older that can handle being in a house by itself. So then he got a dog, and she was fine at first, but then she started like destroying stuff. But I'm like, honestly, you work like 12 hours a day, and you're gone out of the house for 14 because you work in West Bubblefuck, so you have to commute there and back. Like, that is no condition for a dog. And so when we moved in together, of course, that was one of the first things he hopped on, like, oh, I have somebody here. And so I'm assuming that my baby is being taken care of. I miss her, but it's okay because I'm gonna get my own Rottweiler. But I really want a Dutch, like a miniature, the Monopoly dogs.
Oh.
I don't know why, but I just think they're so cute. But I hear they're really yappy. That's the only thing.
Yeah, I don't know much about them.
I really don't. Like, people be researching dogs, and I'll be like, oh, I don't know. I don't know nothing about nothing. Like, but when I get the dog, I would. But that's the other reason why I don't have a dog right now, because I just don't have the mental or emotional capacity to be able to put in that time and effort to take care of a dog. I barely take care of myself.
Right?
I was watching this thing came across my timeline, and this girl was talking about how she don't want kids because she not about to get in trouble for neglecting them. She's like, I don't even eat dinner. Like, I'll drink a cup of water real fast and I'm full. Her friend was like, why do you gotta drink it fast? And she was like, well, when you drink it fast, then it makes you feel full, so then you go to sleep. And there's no science behind that, but it sounds right. And when she said that, I was like, I know exactly what you're talking about, because I do the same thing. A nice cup of cold water, just go, and I'm out.
Insane.
Yeah, a little
but
bit.
Don't you want kids?
Not anymore.
Oh, not anymore. Okay.
I wanted kids for a long time, but after being with, I'd like changed my mind, because I wanted 2 to 3, and then when I was with him, since he already had his kid, I was like, oh, I'll do 1 to 2, and then after that, I was just kind of like, and it's not that I had a bad experience being a stepmom, and I love my friends' kids. I feel like I have enough kids around me that I have partaken in their life to feel like I've raised a kid, and I just look at like where I'm at right now. Oh, no. And I've started making, like, when I turn, like, I'm so excited to turn 40. I know I got some time. I know I gotta turn
30 yet?
No, I'll be 28 this year, okay? Like, I know I got time. But the idea of being 40-year-old Kia is going to be living her best life in North Carolina, I promise you. And then when I saw Renaissance and Beyonce was like, I'm 40 and I don't give a fuck, I said, that's the energy I am manifesting.
Why
but yeah,
North Carolina?
I don't know. I've always said when I was younger, the furthest south I would move is North Carolina, because we used to go to Florida every summer to visit my grandma, and then I have a couple family members that live in Georgia, but now my grandma lives in Georgia too, so I would go to Georgia and Florida to visit them, and I didn't really have anybody. Like, we never visited. I don't think I have a great aunt, and my granddad lives in North Carolina now. He moved down there after I graduated college, but since I've been saying this, we never had any reason to go to North Carolina. I just said the furthest south I would move is there. Because I feel like that's the perfect medium between down south and up here. So then when I went to Dreamville last year, that kind of solidified it for me. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be here. And now I'm just seeing like different connections that I have with people. And I've been making friends down there. I have this one Dom friend who I her name, I don't know anybody's name because everybody just keeps their name separate, but her goddess name is Goddess Kia Spanks. And I just thought that was so funny because I was like, oh my God, my name's Kia. I don't know what she looks like because she's a no-face Dom. But that's my girl. We be chit-chatting it up. And I'm actually, for Dreamville, since I'll be down there and she lives there, and the kink community doesn't seem to be very prevalent down there, so she's been kind of having trouble, because that was how we first started connecting, because I was talking about how like I've been taking classes up here, and she was asking me how do I even do that, and I said the particular class I was talking about, when she asked me, it was actually a virtual class, and I think the dungeon was based in Chicago, but there's the Crucible in DC that hosts classes, and she was just saying that in North Carolina she can't find anything. But I'm supposed to be going to Dreamville this year, and I was like, it'd be really cool if we could actually do like a double Dom session and I get to meet you. So we talked about it a little bit, but as most things, I be overwhelmed. Everybody be overwhelmed. I'm like, put a pin in it.
Yeah. That's cool though.
Yeah. I'm excited. This month on Behind the Scenes Poll Play, available in all Patreon tiers. First of all, I'm ashy. I believe in ashiness, 100%. Strike a pose. Honestly, this should just be called Chopped and Screwed, because these edits are about to be crazy. Anyway, okay. Available in Main Stage and Champagne Room this month on Toy Talk, Mango discusses pervertibles. Would you use I wonder if you take like a cucumber or something, and if it fit through, but then you wouldn't have anything to stop it. Like you would have to, I would assume, like if you took your strap-on harness and then maybe like you put a lot of tape on the one end and then stick it through the harness, the tape is so thick that it's so thick that it won't go through. I would test that out, but honestly, I'm not using a strap on anybody. I have my strap available only in the Champagne Room this month on Tales of a Sensual Femdom. Mango shares a conversation with her sub and discusses race play. He messaged me on the 4th and said, I have to do some thinking today. I'm a 59-year-old white man with a lot to lose. I don't doubt your sincerity in any way. My family would not understand my completely black-owned fantasy, let alone a completely black-owned reality. Temptress, I feel like we are at a point of no return. He's so fucking dramatic, too. Like, oh my God, he gets on my nerves. Temptress, I feel like we are at a point of no return here. My nigga, we've only been talking for 2 days. Like, relax. Fucking relax. It has definitely been a blast, but after this, it seems like it'll be more reality than fantasy. I will be doing some soul searching today, trying to realize that this is how it will be. I need to ask you, honestly, are we rushing this? Isn't this tantamount to slavery after this step? Sending the $25 because you said so. And I said, it is only slavery if you wish for it to be. At this moment, it is not a total power exchange. You relinquish as much control as you feel you are ready for. I wanted to address your Twitter message via email to give you a response with more thought. Here are some things you consider. Family dynamics definitely make things tricky. Questions to ponder. Your wife is a Trump lover, and I put like the little melting face, and I sense that the rest must be really racist and anti-black with a combination of not understanding the world of kink and fetish. What sets you apart from them? How do you use your privilege as a white man to be an ally to my people? Why do you desire to be completely Black owned? Other than being attracted to a Black woman, what is driving you to turn your fantasy into reality? What would being completely Black owned mean to you? What does that even look like?
Is it not
I'm
working?
a little, no, it is working. It just be like, I'm just watching the wavelength and it's just slow. That's all. Yeah. I can hear myself, but y'all know y'all get what I give you. So if it's messed up, y'all just gonna listen to the messed up version. Like,
You get what you get and you don't get upset.
Exactly. And now I have to stop stressing myself out because perfection is everything's a fucking construct.
I was thinking that. I was thinking today. You know how you see I don't know. My
Instagram's crazy.
timeline is like flooded with like pet stuff,
Yeah.
animal stuff, and there's like all of these posts about pets and feelings and stuff. Like, oh, like if if you have to put your pet down, be in the room with them, so that you're the last face that they see.
Yeah.
Or like these are what pets do when they love you. This is what happens when like a pet is going through. And like I was just thinking about how we react to those things, and it's like it's so heartfelt. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that. And it's like we're saying like, oh my gosh, I can't believe a pet is feeling an ounce of emotions that we go through.
Yeah.
And the pet doesn't look at me and be like, damn, like you're really depressed. And I mean, I love pets and everything, but I just came to that realization today. Like, why are we so empathetic towards them, but then our own people, we don't be like that?
Yeah.
We be going through a lot.
Mhm. I was actually kind of talking to a client about that yesterday in session. Well, sort of. Just like how we'll be feeling our emotions and we don't talk about it to other people because we don't want to be like the depressing person or ruin the mood and stuff. Yeah, and I was like that. And him and another client had been talking about how like they don't want to come to group when they feel that way, but that's the time that you should come. And that we're always happy to see you, and that when you detach from things like that, that's how we're like coming in when you're like that, and having these conversations helps normalize it and helps you realize that like we're all going through this and we don't need to go through this alone. But even though a part of us knows that, we still don't do it.
Yeah, and it's hard to like get yourself there sometimes too.
But the hardest part is showing up.
Yeah,
I like yoga with Adrienne on YouTube. I
too.
love her.
Yeah.
I love her. And Benji's so cute. But I'm doing her 30-day flow challenge right now. I'm on day 4.
Good for you.
Yeah, girl, hold on. Oh, I left it in the car. I got a planner.
Oh, me too.
I got a new planner, and I'm actually trying to use it. And I still haven't written my name in it because I'm like, I don't know if I want to put Kia, if I want to put Temptress, if I want to put both. But it say the big plans of, and baby, I got big plans this year, okay? But I did. Oh wait, I have it on my computer because now that I have a better understanding of what is required from grad school, I'm trying to actually put more effort into being prepared as possible, and to make like because I don't know what I was thinking. The difference between undergrad and grad school is that like undergrad, you really don't start the work until you're in class, but for grad school, the work starts before class. And I didn't really know that because even when I took my summer course, it was accelerated 15 pushed into 5. And we had an initial Zoom meeting, but it still wasn't like, we didn't have to actually do any work before we first met the professor. And then where is it at? And then with this class, or when I started classes in the fall, I was just thinking like, oh, I don't need to read the syllabus. I think it was something to do the first class, and I'm looking around like, yo, what the fuck is going on? And on top of that, like I struggled a little bit because I am the only Black person in my cohort. And so there's times where and it was self-imposed because I don't feel like my cohort members don't see my color in that sense. Like, I really don't think that I had issues in undergrad. I don't feel those same issues now. I love these people to pieces. So I really think it's just my insecurities sometimes. And I'm just like, I don't know what's going on. And really what it is that I just wasn't prepared. So I'm constantly scrambling like, oh, this is due. What's this? What's that? And I would come into class and I don't be reading because who got time to read 60 pages? Right. And I got to read 60 pages for the other class. And you telling me I got to make an artwork in response to this and do the, no. So I would just sit in class and I would wait until they were saying something that made a little bit of sense, and then I would just go off on a riff, and they're just like, yeah, you're so insightful, and I'm like, I pulled that out my ass crack, but thanks. Like, and I finally said that to them one day, because we had, it was probably halfway through the semester, one of our classes got canceled, so the other teacher, we went to a museum, and one of my cohort members lived around the corner, so we all just walked to her house and hung out afterwards, and that's where it first clicked that, like, okay, we're really all on the same page and none of us know what's happening. But we all played off really, really well. Because when I said I don't read, they was like, what? I don't read. And I was like, what? Okay, we all just not reading. That's great.
That's hilarious.
And I feel like I brought that up for something. Oh, so now knowing what is required of me, girl, I made a little schedule.
At you.
Yes, I did. So I even included sleep and self-care time. Okay. So I'm trying to start my days at 6:45. Okay. And be in bed winding down by 10:45 each night. And so I start my days with eating, yoga, shower, and getting ready for the day. Not necessarily in that order, but I got to make sure I do all of that. And yeah. So I just love my girl Yoga with Adrienne, and I saw that she did. I had tried to do one a while ago, but consistency is always an issue. And I found just in general, because the brief stint that I was going to the gym, I like to go to the gym at like 5 o'clock in the morning, get it out the way, and I feel great. Yeah. When I was in undergrad student teaching, it was probably for an entire semester, I was getting up at 5 and I was in the gym from 5:30 to 6:30 every morning. And then on the days that I had to go to observe a classroom, I had a break in between my class. And since I was still coming out in Baltimore, I would go to the class, and after class there was a Planet Fitness across the street. So I would work out and then go to my other class. But yeah, if it's not in the morning, and then that lasted a week. Me had tried to do the gym, but his work hours are crazy, so we was getting up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. I said, oh no. I lasted 1 week, and I said, yeah, you on your own.
So besides the schedule, how did you like going to the gym with a partner?
Oh, once we get in there, I don't give a fuck what you do. Like, yeah, because I would go sometimes. I went to the gym with my brother. Cause I don't be doing weightlifting or nothing. I just be like grazing the machine. So I like the hip, the hip abductors and the whatever, the ins and the outs. Then I had the leg press. I did the little twisty crunch one. What else did I do? I usually start with the elliptical first, get my blood pumping. Then I would machine hop. So it was the hip ones, the leg press, the crunches. Sometimes I would do like the row ones. I think that's really it. It was probably on top of the elliptical. It was probably like 5 or 6 machines that I would rotate. And then from there, girl, I would get on that hydro massage bed. I loved that. That's really why I was there. The hydro massage bed every time. I love that thing. So yeah, I guess I think like the first time he expected us to do something together, and I was like, boy, this is not that. We are not gym baes. Get out my face.
I want a gym bae. That's why I asked that. I want a gym bae so badly.
I mean, like, you could help me do some crunches or something, but then I also found out that people, like, I don't know where I was, but somebody said that, like, men have the tendency not to do crunches right anyway.
Yeah, men aren't great at core, period.
Yeah. But you gotta hinge at the hips.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I also, now, working out between pole and, did I tell you I have a performance?
You did. I can't remember what
yes.
it is.
It's in March 23rd. Yes, I did tell you. I did. But, so I gotta start prepping for that. But, I don't know where I was going with that sentence. Oh, the instructors that I had and something else that I was doing, I can't remember, lost the train of thought, but like localizing what muscles. Oh, well, yoga with Adrian talks about it sometimes too, like just the description of what muscles should be engaged or how it should be moving is so much more helpful as opposed to just like, now I'll be like, yeah, I'll do some crunches. I can't do, somebody challenged me to do some push-ups the other day and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna eat 10 of them bitches. Girl, I was struggling at 4. I was like but I was like, I be getting planks, but I mean, I guess planks it's different, but I'll eat up some planks, but that push-up, I just knew I was about to hit it at the park. Like, I'm glad I didn't bet on it, because I was just like, oh God, what is going on? And I can't do pull-ups to save my life either.
Pull-ups are hard. I don't know many people that can.
Yeah, no. And then I was thinking, I was like, oh, maybe I'll try it, but I don't actually have anything I could try pull-ups on. Wow. I have a sex swing. I could hang that up and try to pull up. I tried to, did you ever see that video? Let me show you. I just be doing shit. My sex swing, I had put myself in it and then struggled to get down, but I got down. I did it twice.
What was your plan if you couldn't get yourself
I really
down?
don't know. I don't be thinking things all the way through. When did I get this sex swing? I think I got it in like February. Cause I had the first time I had got up there and then I tried it again and I was like, all right, now I know what I'm up against. Let me see how I would re-tackle this problem. And I think I handled it pretty well the second time around. What is this? See, my friends be taking screenshots of me on FaceTime. And they be sending me, I be looking crazy. But I be looking crazy all the time on my own accord. So. But my philosophy with that is like, if I embarrass myself, nobody else can embarrass me. Okay, so here was the first go round.
I agree with that.
Oh, no, I turned it down. What? Okay.
Why do you have a purse on?
I don't know. There's a lot of things wrong with how I process and do things.
I'm about to run out the door, but first, let me try out this sex swing.
Like, didn't even think to adjust it before I started. Just like, fresh out the pack, let's try it. Okay, so I was unsuccessful that time. And then I came back and I was like, I got it.
We've been trying to forget y'all. Because, yeah, some of y'all missed it. Because y'all ain't watched my story yesterday.
Oh, I think I posted this on my Finsta. Yeah.
Okay, now I'm too high. Who is calling me? I have to call them back. Because why you calling me? Now, Katie raised a concern. And she was like, what happens when you get stuck up there?
This is what happens.
You gotta get up there first.
Oh my God. straps supposed to be up by your knees?
I don't know.
It's sturdy though. I'm strong. Okay.
Oh my god.
I'm chaotic, and I love that for me and everybody who knows me. But, like, if I don't do it, who's gonna do it? Somebody gotta test it out and let y'all know the best practices.
So do we know the best practices at this
The
point?
best practice, well, I haven't actually used it in real time.
Okay.
So when I do, I'll let you know. But if you're suspending yourself for whatever reason, step stool.
For whatever reason.
I'm not here to judge, okay? Step stool for sure. And I would suggest, like, well, in an emergency, that you should have some kind of cutting tool in case you need to cut yourself down. One leg at a time, though. Don't just go all willy-nilly and start cutting straps, because you will fall.
I was like, well, also, that would be such a waste of a sex
It would
swing.
be, but that's why I said for emergencies.
Yeah.
So, to get down, I feel like it was, you want to do one arm out first, so then you can take out a leg to get your standing back, and then you're able to take your foot and your hand out. But maybe you just want to try, like, self-pleasing in the air and you don't have a partner. So, like, hey, maybe I'll actually, you know what? I'll make that my goal this week, to hang myself on the door and play with myself.
Okay. Okay.
In real time and see what happens.
Yeah, update us on how that goes.
Yeah, I will. I surely will.
Oh my god.
Oh, man. Yeah. I just redecorated my room.
Okay.
And I have a wall of toys. So I have a mirror that's across from my bed. And then I have the LED lights. And then I had a bookshelf, but I took all of my books out of my room and put them in my living room. Because that's the other thing that I'm trying to do, too. Is that I'm trying to consolidate all my shit. Because I just have too much shit all the time, always, everywhere. And I'm also trying to make spaces that I do specific things in, so that way I can just not bring everything everywhere. Yeah. But so I took all of my books and put them into my living room, and then I turned my bookshelf into, like, my holder. So I have nails in the wall, and I have, like, impact toys, and rope, and handcuffs and a swing hanging on the wall. And then on the shelf I have, like, a row. The top row is all my toys and my cleaners and my lube. Then the second, like, actual base of it is butt plugs.
You got so excited. Do you really like the butt plug?
I love butt
Okay.
plugs. I think, honestly, I find more joy in the shopping for butt plugs than anything. And, like, me and this Dom on Twitter, she had posted something about, she had, like, tweeted and had said something about, like, has anybody heard of a Bluetooth speaker butt plug, asking for myself. And I was like, girl, when you find out, let me know. So then we went down this rabbit hole of butt plugs. Like, they got fidget spinner butt plugs. They got the ones that light up. I saw one that had, like, it looked like a hot dog. There was another one that was it a Rubik's Cube? It was just, it's all types of crazy stuff. So yeah, I just think I'm really fascinated in the shopping more than anything. And I think it's funny when I get excited and people are like, you really like butt plugs? And I'm like, yeah. And then I have, like, a whole bucket of lingerie and temperature tools. Like heating pad, and my electro wand, add-ins or attachments.
What do you use the heating pad for?
To heat up tools. So, like, I have these gloves that are actually hand washing, or not hand washing.
Okay,
that's right.
Come on back.
Protect this house.
Come on.
There's these, like, they're dishwashing gloves that have, like, the little silicone, like, whatever. Yeah. And when you heat them up, it's, like, a really nice touch. Or if you have, like, metal tools to heat them up.
Interesting.
Or just even, like, they don't even have to be metal stuff. Like, you just put them on. Like, if you have, like, something that you would, like, spank with, or if you leave your hand there for a while, just that like warmth that's like left afterwards. So you can have that in conjunction with ice, and then you have like temperature play. And then I have a bin that has like costumey makeup, and yeah, I saw somebody had a dildo attachment for a massage gun.
I feel like I saw that on, like, I don't know, like a movie or a TV show or something.
Yeah.
I have 2 massage guns, actually. But I'm not adventurous, though, so they're really only used for
starting small. I went on this rabbit hole because I'm really into oralism right now. And that's just like, that is the arousal of the arousal through sound. So like when you're having sex, if there's certain noises or like certain things that you like to hear, or just even like music playing in the background, that might add to the experience. So I went on this rabbit hole. I actually found like, I went on my school's database and found a whole study on oralism, and I was like, oh. Wow. So I was just planning on taking a couple of notes, and then I went on I have in my notebook 10 pages of notes that I was just oh my God, crazy. But yeah, like this person broke it down of like, what was it? Yeah, I don't remember. I was going to do an episode about it because I ended up taking so many notes, but it was really cool to see that basically they were saying that like, they were trying to make the argument that people could be, it wasn't the word, but like music sexual. Yeah. And I was like, I see the vision. I see where you're going. I get it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
This does not have to do with oralism, but I thought about it because you were talking about toys, and then you said rabbit hole, and it made me think of the rabbit, which do people even use those anymore? I feel like they're like sex toys have evolved so much that people don't use rabbits anymore. But along with that, as I said, I'm not super adventurous.
Yeah.
And a couple years ago, I feel like a lot of people feel bad for how inactive my life is. Because this is the second man I'm talking about that felt bad for me and had a suggestion.
Oh, wow.
So anyway, I was talking to a friend, not like talking to date, talking as a friend. And he was just, and at this time I was a virgin. And I was a very late bloomer. And so he's just kind of like talking to me about like, why hasn't this happened for you yet? And I had told him that like I had like never had an orgasm and stuff. Yeah. And he was like, man, we gotta get you a rabbit. So my inexperienced ass was like, oh my God, I have a rabbit.
Oh my God, poor Theo.
I was like, yeah, I've had him for like 5 years. He's great. And I just go on to describe my pet rabbit. And then
my God.
That's when I found out what a rabbit was. And I felt so bad because poor Theo.
That's hilarious.
Now, why is he in this?
Oh, man. So for a very long time, because I, on the other hand, was an early bloomer. And I remember in college, all my friends kept talking about sex toys. And I was so against sex toys at first because I was like, I like the real thing. I like to be bit. I like to be scratched. Like, I need that physical touch, and a toy can't do that for me. So my first toy was like a battery powered, it was kind of like jelly feeling, and it was a rabbit, and I was like, this is why I don't fucking do toys, because this shit is weak. What am I supposed to do with this? But then I kind of realized like it was cheap, how I got it, where I got it from, the quality. It was battery powered instead of being plugged in, so it was just kind of weak. And I don't think I tried again until that was probably like 2016, so I didn't try again. I had got randomly I don't know when or why I would have been in any place to get this, but it was a butt plug, a vibrating butt plug, but I didn't use it as a butt plug. I used it as like a clitoral stimulator, and I loved that thing. It was a little black thing. It was so powerful, and it did so many beautiful things for me. And I fucking lost it. I blame everything on that man. I lost it after I met him because I had it when I was with Crazy Ass. It was when I had first got it. And then when I had went on a cruise, we stopped in Key West, Florida. This was my first cruise, and there was a sex shop, and I had got some like metal Kegel balls, and I had got like 2 other toys. And I still have one of the toys, but I don't like it because it's really thick and it's a little boring. And a lot of toys that are like rabbit like, they don't tend to come looking like the rabbit anymore. They have like, I have this one toy called the Thrust. Well, I don't is this still go buy toys from Balessa. Y'all know the code. Listen to the ad. Y'all, tell me why this whole time I thought the code for the past 3 months was BB2S1P, get her done. The whole time it was BB, get her done. I'm so used to saying 2S1P. But anyway, the new code to save 30% at Balessa is BBMango30. BBMANGO30. Now go to the website and buy a motherfucking toy and get 30% off with my code. Back to the show. But the Thrust has like, instead of being like this, it's flat and it kind of like flaps a little bit, and I like that better. But I never really cared for rabbit like toys because I feel like it really don't be doing what I needed to do on me.
I don't like them because I don't like sticking toys inside of me.
Yeah. I'm not a big penetration toy person either. So I was like, the clit stems are my best friend. Yeah. But there is a toy that I'm curious. I think it's called the Quip by Balessa. I haven't gotten it yet. But it looks like it like has a handle, and then it has like a thin, like almost like bulb at the top. Let me see if I'm not connected to the Wi-Fi, but it's like a thin little bulb at the top, and I'm like, I'm curious.
Are you looking it up?
Yeah, I'll just look it up on my phone. I was like, I'm not recording this, so let me see. Balessa. I need a new free toy from them because what's happening? Where is it? Oh, you have to go soon, or is it a virtual appointment?
Yeah, it's virtual.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you have to go soon.
Yeah, but I think my school's like 20 minutes from here. But yes.
Where are you at? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sex toys on sale. I want to say it's called the Quip. But it just looks so interesting. Sometimes I just think they be making stuff up, because I've won 2 free toys, and I'm like, I didn't think my sales was like that. So I don't know who lied to y'all, but thanks for the free stuff. And I don't know what exactly is.
And it's called a Quip?
Yeah, it's called Quip.
That's so funny because that looks like
a toothbrush.
Yeah, and there is a toothbrush
called the Quip. I was like, okay, I want to.
That's interesting.
Yeah, apparently it's a clitoral vibe. I don't want to use it as a clit vibe. I want to stick that inside. I do.
I do. No, I don't.
Oh man.
I don't. I'm good on that.
Yeah.
So question.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I am like in this place right now. Do you ever feel like you're like too sad to have sex or to like be horny?
As of recently, no. But that's because I'm having a lot of sex right now. Okay. But and I just think I'm generally in a better headspace than usual.
So like I'm fucked up.
No. But I've definitely I've been there before where I'm just like, because just thinking about the energy that's also kind of required to be put into sex. Like, I think that's more so what it is. Like, I wouldn't mind having sex, but then when I think about the energy that needs to be put into it, and to like, you're sharing energy with another person, I don't got time for that.
Yeah, so the energy and the energy exchange.
Yeah.
But like, I can't even like Masturbate.
I don't really be masturbating.
Okay.
Like, in general, whether I'm a sad girl or a regular girl, I don't really be masturbating. But especially if I'm sad, no.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not. I'm using my energy to cry. In a ball
Well, I'm
with
not
some
even
tea.
doing that.
Okay.
But, like, I've had, like, propositions from past flings, and I'm just so, like, not interested. Oh, my gosh. Okay, so, full disclosure, I'm, like, going through
Yeah.
a breakup-ish thing, which happened Christmas Eve.
Okay.
Wonderful timing.
Shit.
I know. It was my doing, but, like,
Okay.
it needed to happen.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
But I'm so fucking sad about it.
Yeah.
And so this guy that, like, I knew wanted to get him, actually 2 guys on the same day that I knew wanted to get in my pants. I was having such a sad day. And I just, like, needed something to occupy my mind, but
Yeah.
I also, like, that it wasn't dick that I needed.
Yeah.
I just needed a distraction.
Yeah.
And so one of the guys took me to the mall, and we, like, walked around for a bit. And then the other guy came to hang out at my house. And so when I was, like, at the mall with the one guy, I was like, oh, like, I gotta go home. My friend is there. So he drove me back to the house. And so this other guy and I were, like, sitting on opposite couches.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't know that I was, like, sad.
Yeah.
I'm sure they just thought, like, I'm going to get some pussy. But
Yeah.
so the other guy, he's here. And I'm literally just, like, crying to him. About the guy that I miss.
Oh, man. Damn.
I know. So he was here for, like, a couple of hours.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, the next day, like, texts me and was like, I really want to eat your pussy. But I'm like, I know you did. But,
Yeah.
like, I needed something else.
Yeah.
And that's probably never going to happen. But thank you.
Yeah. I have...
Was that an asshole thing for me to
No,
absolutely
absolutely
these
not.
2 guys' times, like, fully knowing their expectation was sex and fully knowing they were not gonna get it?
I want to say no, but in a way, yes. Like, I was going to say no, it was, like, fully knowing. But I think, too, like, did they express it beforehand that they wanted to have sex, or you just knew, like, the vibes?
I just knew the vibes. Yeah, they didn't express it.
Yeah,
beforehand.
well, we're all
So,
adults
yeah,
here. So,
yeah,
like,
so
if
I
you
feel
want to
like
fuck
you
me,
didn't
say it with your
yeah.
chest. And then I'd be like, no.
Yeah.
I called you here because I'm a sad girl.
Right.
So, no.
And you come running when I call, so.
Okay.
My other friends were not available.
I was there was this reel that popped up on my timeline the other day, and this girl was like, this dude had hit her up off some late night shit and was like, yeah, I'm trying to hang out and see you. And she told him, like, you know, we not on that type of time, so what you trying to do? He's like, oh, you know, it's whatever you want to do. She was like, all right, bet. She said when he got there, she was like, I'm gonna let you know right now, you better come in here with your best A game, because I got instrumentals on it. We having a rap battle. And she was like, they did the rap battle back and forth, and then when he thought he was gonna get something, she was like, nah. And then she did something else. I was like, wow. I haven't done that. I don't think I haven't. But I started laughing because this person, I was talking to them about sessioning, and he had expressed that he was interested in, he was like, at what price do sessions start? And I said they start at $600 an hour depending on what all you want done. So he's like, ass worship. So does that mean I get to rim you, or would that be happening to me? And I'm like, oh my God. First of all, I would be doing these things to you, but you telling me you about to pay me $600 to eat my ass?
Wait, so you were going to pay him to eat his ass?
No, he was going to pay me. He wanted to do an ass worship session, and he said he wanted to rim me. So he was like, if I had said, like, I'm not having sex with anybody, and as a dom, like, you're not, if it was, it did, The dom, my pro dom, I'm not having sex or doing like any intimate things. It would be me performing acts on you, but even then, not anything crazy. But like a foot worship session, like you would be pleasing me in the sense of like, oh, I'll let you massage my feet or paint my toes or do whatever. So in that way, I would let you do things to me, but I'm not letting you perform sexual acts on me.
Oh, gotcha.
And so he was thinking like, oh, I could do an ass worship session and rim you. And I'm like, oh, baby, no, you're not eating this ass. But I love the idea of you paying me $600 or more. But I was like, if that were even on the table, like, you have to pay me a hefty bag. I love the idea of, like, getting paid to get my ass ate. Oh, beautiful. 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 Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Crazy world we live in.
It really is. It really is. And it's so funny to see the opposite side. Because I told you about my ex who, when we were together, he was on, like, the webcam sites and stuff.
No.
I didn't tell you about
No.
that. Okay, so rewind. My 20s, most of which I was a virgin for, a lot of which I was with this ex for. So we were together for 4 years.
I vaguely remembered that, but, like, I didn't hear this story, so go ahead.
Okay. So we were together for 4 years, did not have sex. And towards the end of our relationship, we were living together, and I was like paying for his rent because he, like, the day came about and he just didn't have money, and he would ask me. Yeah. And I wouldn't ask any questions like a dummy. And I would just pay for it. And then he came home one day after therapy, and I guess felt like compelled after his therapy session to come clean to me and told me that, like, he didn't have money because he was having sex with girls on the webcam.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, and so we broke up. That was part of it, but a lot of other things happened. But we still had, like, this one bill that we had to pay off, and he was...
Oh, the share?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So
I remember him now.
He kept running late on that and was just being, like, a dick about it. And I'm like, dude, at this point, like, we are not together. I don't like you. Like, you don't have room to ask me to wait for your money. Like, no, this is the date that it's due. So then I, like, threw in his face again, like, you're fucking bitches on the webcam again, aren't you? And you're not paying your bills on time. But it's so funny to, like, be on the other side of it, and I mean, not that I'm doing that, but, like, you are, and to, like, have friends that are doing that, and to think about who I was back then, like, being with this person who he probably is a sub, and, like, that's probably why we didn't work out, because I'm clearly not a dom. Yeah.
I think about when that is weird. That is something that I keep in mind, but try not to think about too much because that is weird. And that's sometimes I see, like, other doms tweeting about that, like, you know, having to take care of yourself and remove yourself because we're creating this fantasy for you, but that idea that, like, there are real people that are also involved, and, like, having to be aware of, like, okay, yeah, I like your money, but, like, you also got some shit that you need to handle with.
Yeah, and I also feel like everybody has their vice, and you don't get to use this as a crutch, like, oh, like, I have this fetish and I just can't help it. Yeah. No, everybody has their vice, and you gotta take care of your shit before you really feed into your vices.
Wow.
Because I don't know. I don't know if I could ever be in a place where I was okay with him doing that. It felt really weird to me because it kind of felt like, are you doing this because I'm not sleeping with you? And I was also kind of like, I wish you would have gone out and hooked up with a girl so that at least we could have paid the rent.
Okay. I was like, where is she going with that? Oh yeah, that's crazy.
Me, bro.
If you were making enough money to be able to do this and take care of your shit, I guess it's cool. But, like, come on, dude.
Right.
Because if you weren't there, then what were you gonna do? Like,
right.
What roof were you gonna be staying under, beating your meat on camera? Priorities. Yeah. All right. Well, it's almost 4, so, well, it's like 6 minutes to 4. So, I'm gonna wrap it up, but I love you. Thank you, as always. Y'all, we love Diamond over here. Do you have a message? A Mango's message?
Girl, I'm like too much in my sad girl era for a message.
Okay.
Feel your feelings.
Feel your feelings, always, yes. Feel your feelings, and if you have don't bring other people into your shit, okay? Handle your shit at your own demise, not at other people's demise and or inconvenience. Be a big boy about it and spend your own money. Well, I guess he was spending his own money and then making you spend yours on the rent. Yeah. But spend your own money on all the shit that deals with you. Yes. There we go. Yes. Peace out, y'all.